Hello, my name's Keith, and I'm going to go over how to play blindside. First, I'm going to show you the two specialty cards. The one specialty card here is a wild card. Now, this card can be used as any number or any color to make your hand. The next card is the blindside card. Now, this card, you can take one card from the player to the left in his hand. Now, the hand is not visible to every player. This will be in the actual hand of the player, but just for review purposes, I'm going to have it so everyone can see them. Or, during play, when people draw, they have to place a card in their blind pile. Now, the blindside card can take one from the hand, like I said, to the left, or any two of the other players. So you can take one from him, and one from him, or two from him, or two from him, or two from him. It doesn't matter which way he goes. Now, the scoring. There are 11 ways to score. Goes 5 of a kind, straight flushes, 4 of a kind, full house, 3 of a kind, 2 pair, 1 pair, a 5-card flush, a 4-card flush, and a 5-card straight. Now I'll go over how you actually play the game. This player dealt, so it's the player to the left's turn. He draws a card he doesn't want to keep, so it goes into his blind pile. The next player's turn gets to draw. He draws a card that improves his hand, 4, 5, 6, so he'll hold on to it, and he'll get rid of one of his other cards that doesn't actually go with his hand too well. It's the next player's turn, and he draws a card he doesn't really want to keep, so he'll place that into his blind pile. Now the dealer's turn, and he'll draw a card, and he draws a blindside card, so he'll hold on to it, and he'll get rid of one of his cards and place it in the blind pile. Now blindside cards have to be played at the beginning of your turn. So he will show that he has a blindside card, and he will get to take 2 of his opponent's blindside cards in the pile. So he'll take this player's and this player's. Now he only gets to hold on to 4 cards. He gets to choose the best 4 that goes with his hand. So he'll hold on to the 2, 4, 7, and 8 and get rid of the 11. Doesn't really have much to go on right now. And the blindside card just goes out of play. Now he gets to take his turn, drawing, and he draws another blindside card. Now that he has 2 cards in the blindside pile, he gets to hold on to 5 cards. It's the next player's turn. He still only has 1 in his blindside pile, so he'll hold on to it because he only has 4, 5, 6, 7 and get rid of the 10. Next player's turn. He'd rather hold on to his pair of 3s than go for a straight. Now it's the next player's turn. Doesn't improve his hand, so goes into his blind pile. Now he has another blindside card, so he uses it again. And he wants to take the first player's because he has 2 cards. Not any of those cards really go with anything that he has. So he's just going to get rid of, well, he has 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, he can hold on to 1, so he has 5. And the third goes into the blind pile. And he gets to draw. Now he has a pair, and he'll hold on to the pair. Now the next turn that he gets, since he has 4 cards in his blind pile now, he'll be able to hold on to 6 cards. Next player's turn. Now he has a real dilemma here, because now he has a pair, but he has a 4-card straight flush. And a 4-card straight flush is worth 60 points, so it's really not a dilemma. He's actually going to be able to go out next hand. And that goes into his blind pile. You can't go out until, you have to go out in the beginning of your hand. You can't go out after you draw the card. It's the next player's turn. And he would either have to go for the straight or hold on to the pair, so he will actually get rid of that, just in case he gets another flush card. He might want to go with the flush. Now this player has a blindside card, and he wants to get rid of this guy being able to hold on to a bunch of cards, so he'll take 2 of his cards. He has 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and he has only 1 in his blind pile, so he can't hold on to all of them, even though he wishes he could. So he will get rid of 1 of the cards, and he'll get rid of the 11. Now next turn, since he has 2 in his blind pile, he'll be able to hold on to 5. Now this player only has 2 in his blind pile, so he can only hold on to 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 he has, but he gets to take his turn to try and improve his hand. Doesn't really improve his hand, so it goes into his blind pile. Now the player with the straight flush says, I'm out. Now he just puts his hand down on the table, so everyone knows he's out. Those cards can't be touched, but his blind pile can if a player can. Every other player gets 1 more turn to try and improve their hand. Draws a card that doesn't improve his hand, throws it away. Draws a card that doesn't improve his hand, so he throws it away. And last player draws a card that doesn't improve his hand, so he throws it away. First player out shows his hand, and shows that he has a straight flush. 4-card straight flush. Receives 60 points. And he has to mark down on the chart a 4, a 5, a 6, and a 7. Now the next player's turn. He has a pair of 3s, so he'll receive 10 points, and he'll go over to the chart, and you mark down 2 3s. Next player's turn has a pair of 10s. Now he'll get 10 points for his 10s, but using a wild card you lose 10 points, so he gets 0. But you go over the chart, and you mark down 1 10. That was used. A wild card does not get marked down on the board as being used. Now even if say the 10s are all out, you can still use a 10 for a straight with the wild card, but not an actual 10. And then it's the last player's turn to show that he has a pair of 4s. So he would mark down 2 more 4s off the board. Now what you do is mark down your scores, reshuffle, and play your next round. Now after 10 of one number has been used up 6 times, so you have 10 10s used up, 8 10s used up, 4 10s used up, and 6 10s used up. That's a total of 4 used cards that you can't use on the board. Once 6 of them have totally been used up, the game's over, and you tally up your score and you see who the winner is. And this is how you play blindside.